All
We
right.
level up last session?
Yeah, we did.
Not.
Shut up, Tannis.
Fuck you, AJ.
Um,
It's every time.
Thank you for the coaster.
Oh my goodness.
dude, this might be my favorite beer ever.
Five-star
So,
lemonade.
Tyler has a funny story about Mike's Hard Lemonade and going to a liquor store.
Not right now. After the session or during our break.
For this, but so previously on Dragon Ball Z, we landed and we were in the middle of what began as a shootout. So there were two sides. One side looked to be marshals or people in charge. The other side was a lone cowboy and looked to be some kind of devil demon things. And so they had a back and forth argument on what it was that they like what they should do, what's going on. Basically, from what we have gathered, the marshal are a gang who are extorting money from the people for means of protection, and the lone cowboy is trying to liberate the town, but is using demons to do it. So, in a wait and see what happens moment, the party decides to kind of like get a lay of the land and see what's happening, and ultimately decides to protect the citizens and killing the devils or whatever. So people recognized some people and went to go or they recognized her, and so she went to go have a conversation with them. As other members of the party went to protect the citizens, and Buck went to go confront the main cowboy guy, which consisted of grabbing him in a great big bear hug, and then flying due to his rage ability. With a clutch silence spell from Sledge, he prevented him from escaping. Buck then flew the guy out of town in hopes to, um, get some more information out of him. Whereas the rest of the party killed the devil's demons, whatever, and hope to get more information from that side. So I believe that is about where it ended up.
That sounds accurate to me.
It was off the dome, so snaps for Brent.
Snaps for Brent.
Impressive.
Yeah, so with that, we are first going to kind of see the situation and the scene with the majority of the party, and then in a moment we will touch base with Buck. But for now, the four of you stand amongst the town with the gang members kind of scattered around. They're beginning to clean up their weapons and their kind of area themselves, but they're leaving the bodies of these demons kind of just out. And yeah, you guys have killed the demons that were running around, and now that things are starting to that the fighting is over. What would you all like to do?
What do the demon bodies do when they are dead? Like, are they still there? Is it just a clump of ash?
Currently,
Like,
they are
like-
still just there.
Ooh, I'm gonna try to loot them and investigate their bodies, weapons, things like that.
Okay. Let me.
It could be Hellfire Iron, guys. This is all coming together. It's all part of the plan.
Yeah, our
Do you
cleric
have
is the first one to jump into looting the body. Not the rogue, the cleric.
Do you have a tiefling girlfriend with a hellfire engine for a heart we don't know about?
I don't know what you're talking about, Brent. For lawsuit purposes, I have no idea.
We are not sponsored by nor affiliated with Studios or Baldur's Gate 3.
So you search the demons. You see, I believe I posted the art of them in the handout section. I'll double check that while I'm talking. But as far as items go, they are wearing a loincloth to give themselves a bit of modesty. And then they're carrying a large greatsword, kind of glaive hybrid weapon. Very crude, but also very lethal. And that is the extent of what is on them, unless you would like to start pulling at teeth and horns and shit.
I would like to pull all the swords and glaive hybrid things that they have on them. Is there like a heat coming from them? Anything like that?
No, just seems kind of like a normal weapon.
Cool. Can I pick them up, grab them, put them in my pocket?
You can. Go ahead and put, for now, call it 4 great swords in your inventory. 4 demonic great swords.
Demonic.
I'm still in my broom, and I would like to turn towards Bobby Joe, and I'm going to go around and say, hey, I'll make sure nobody got hurt, civilian-wise.
You're saying
And
that.
I'm saying that to you, since I know that you're the one kind of talking with all the henchmen, that, hey, I'm going to go do this. I am not far away. I am right here, but I'm just going to make sure that the guy that got barreled over down here to the south is okay.
Yeah, you kind of fly down, and he's like picking himself out of like a pile of fruit that's been smushed in this marketplace. And shoot, almost forgot to set this. But yeah, he's picking himself out of the pile of fruit, and it's just like, thanks for the help.
Does he look like injured, like damaged, or is he just more just shaken up from it?
I would say shaken up, maybe some like minor cuts and bruises forming, but nothing that like needs immediate medical attention.
Okay. Then I would kind of be like, yeah, I'm so sorry that's all happened. Is this kind of a regular occurrence around here?
This point, yeah, it's, I'd say once every few days. It's been going on like this for a few months now.
Thanks.
Do you know? You, I guess, kind of catch me up on what's going on here. Like, how did demons and this cowboy start working together, and what's with these guys? And you hear my voice start to get lower, so it's more of like a me and him conversation, just to like not raise suspicion.
Roll, yeah. Roll a charisma check or a persuasion check.
Persuasion, I can do that.
I assume it's going to be
Hopefully
good, but just to double
Hopefully
check.
well, but oh wait, hold on, let me get the Seymour dice. Yeah. 19.
All right.
Good roll. Good roll.
That was off of an 8.
Good for you.
I'll take those.
You see that initially he gets sort of suspicious of who's this outsider asking a bunch of questions, but just catch me up on demons is, after he thinks about it, an innocuous enough question that he's just like, I mean, they just came out, I don't know where. The theory right now is that they came out of a portal. I don't know how that fucking happens though. And then, yeah, they just kind of been going back and forth with Bonapera and his folks. And we're just caught in the fray. neither of them seem to be making a whole lot of ground, but so we've been trying to ask Bo to, do something about it, and at least some people have. I think we should, but there's others that don't want to give that man anything more than he's already got.
Give me 1 second as I'm writing this down because I actually have follow-up questions.
Sure.
Okay. So he says about a month or two ago.
Mm-hmm.
If I clock back about where we were a month or two ago, does that roughly line up to our first interaction when demons came out of the portal for us?
Roughly, yes.
Pretty, like, within a couple weeks, like, it
Within
all
a
had
few
to have
weeks,
happened
yeah.
in a very short time, right?
Mm-hmm.
So this almost sounds like it's a coordinated attack of demons coming through portals at
Yeah.
different places. Now, at least two's a trend, right?
Right.
Okay. Roughly same time. So, the guy that's leading these demons is trying to take down Bo to take over the city. But trying to give the city back to the people. I guess I just don't really know the dynamic here. Is Bo the good bad guy, or is the other guy the bad guy, or is it really kind of just whoever can get the most glue to stick to their hands and grab what they can?
I think I'm going to say something that is a widely held sentiment in this town. The good guys, whoever's helping me out, specifically me.
Seymour, upon hearing that, immediately nods his head in understanding. Goes, "Gotcha. That's what it's like right now." Okay. Well, I'm Seymour Vinestorm, and I'm with Bobby Joe Canary, and we'll do our best to make sure we're not hurting anybody around here. Do what we can to help everyone out. I don't know how, I don't know where, and I don't know what. But we'll see what we can do.
Was that like a hero speech thing?
Nah, man, I'm just saying, I get that you're looking out for yourself, and I appreciate that.
Okay, I'm glad you appreciate my well-being, stranger. Seymour. Can I go now?
Oh yeah, no, sorry, I didn't mean to hold you up too much.
Okay.
Appreciate your time, and I'm glad that you're okay and you didn't get caught up in that too badly.
He's like, okay. And kind of slings his stuff over his shoulder and toddles off.
Okay.
Bobby Joe and Desto, what are y'all up to?
I would say I'm probably just gonna go kind of investigate the area and see if there's anything I can find out, like tracks of where they came from, where we can
Okay.
find them.
Yeah. Give me an investigation check. Yeah.
21.
21. You get that tracks are coming from the north. So they kind of like both kind of looped around. It seems as though this fight had kind of been ongoing. You guys just happened to be and or aid in the ending of it, but it had kind of gone through a few blocks. You don't wander too far off, but generally it looks like both parties came from north, which makes sense because south of you is the harbor.
Thinking of how I could word this question because I wasn't here last session,
Sure,
so
go for
this
it.
is something I probably would have asked last session.
Okay.
Was there any like other information I could gather when they were fighting? Like, did the demons have like any specific weaknesses that I saw? Anything along those lines?
No weaknesses you saw. I can't remember if it came up or not, but you guys have also fought demons in the past, so you remember that fire is something that doesn't seem to have as much of an effect on them as normally it might. And otherwise, I can't say that you noticed too much about the physiology. What's the other thing that I will say? You also noticed that most of the mob guys were just kind of simple gunmen, but their commander did have access to magic.
And these were the mobs that were with the demons?
No, the mob
This
is
is the group,
separate
okay.
thing. Yeah, the Bo'u
Okay.
Napera, the gang. The
Yeah.
demons don't have any magic. They were just strong as fuck. The magic came from the cowboy on their side, and then on the gang side, the magic came
So
from.
there was one cowboy on the demon side.
There was one, yeah. So it's 4 demons and 1 cowboy.
That's who Buck went with.
That's who Buck has taken off. Yes. And then on the other side, the gang side, there were, I believe, 6 gunmen. 6 gunmen and a kind of commander dude that also had access to magic. Although he mostly used a glaive.
When I saw these demons, did they remind me of a certain somebody? Any familiarity there?
I mean, you've got both of the pictures. As far as like an aspect of him, I would say no, not quite. There are definitely some similarities though, in like the shape of the horns. Not a clone, but someone that's like, you kind of look like that other dude.
Okay. And then besides that, I would say I'm just kind of like scouting out the area, seeing if there's anything that might help us.
All right, sounds good. I will touch back on that after I check in with Bobby Joe.
Alright. Well, I was talking to Jay about this, but you said nobody recognizes, or I don't recognize anybody, but there were a few that recognized me, right?
The specifically the magic wielder on the gang side made mention of your name. You do not recognize any of these people, which is in kind of keeping with your history. You came from sort of a smaller, further out there village, did not spend a whole lot of time in Zircon, unless I am incorrectly relaying your own backstory back to you. So if I am wrong, please let me know. But yeah, this is kind of like you went from a suburb to not New York City, but like you went to the big city, spent a couple of months there, and then left, and now you're back, and it's like a bunch more strangers.
Okay. I'm gonna assume that I recognize that the one guy recognizes me. I know I already spoke to the lieutenant, but you said the magic.
The lieutenant is the magic user on the gang side.
Oh, I already talked to him. I want to play detective and ask all the questions. I don't know.
You can talk to him more.
You were in the middle of a fight when you were trying to ask him questions. Now that things calm down, it might be easier.
That's what I said. Thank you, Taz. Thank you, Taz.
Oh, AJ.
She doesn't believe me.
Well, if you said it, I'd Kayla change plans here. Let's do something else.
I don't like my allies.
I just didn't want to be redundant or repetitive and like go ask the same shit over again.
Do whatever feels right for Bobby Joe.
Listen to your heart.
Listen to the rhythm. Yeah.
Well, I think I'm gonna go talk to him then, and I'm gonna ask him if he knows who my father is at the least.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. So you walk.
Be careful because I don't even remember my own father's name because I haven't looked at my backstory forever.
That's all right. I am also pulling it up to make sure I've got it right. But yeah, you walk up to him and just are kind of like, "Did you know my dad or something?" Um, and as he's like cleaning and sheathing his glaive onto his back, he's just like, "Yeah, I fucking knew Josias, but what are you doing back?"
Tell me why my background's not showing up on my phone. Thank
Go
you.
to your notes section.
Ah, got it. Thank you.
Yep.
Well, I'm back because I got word that my father was taken, and I'm trying to figure out what the hell's going on. Clearly, there's been some changes happening since I left this place.
Clearly. Um, I guess good luck with you getting your father back.
Have you heard anything? You don't know anything at all.
No, I've
It
heard.
seems like you were kind of involved with some of the things that were happening here in this
Are
battle
you
today.
saying that I'm involved with the disappearance of your father?
No, I'm asking if you've heard anything.
I have heard some things, yes. But, I mean, you know he's missing. Do you know who took him?
It's in my notes.
Yeah.
Hmm. I love the little notebook. It's so cute.
Shut up. I guess I don't have a specific name, but I heard he was in the layer of the Montebank. Montebank? Did I say it right?
However you want to go. However Bobby Joe would say that. Because you've only seen it written, I'm pretty sure.
It's Montibank.
T-E.
Te.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
But you're good. All right, so there you go. You got what you need. I mean, if you want more information, I he kind of like rolls his shoulders a little bit and kind of like stretches, and he's like, "It is possible that I could remember some more information, but honestly, I haven't gotten paid yet, and so if I were to be able to purchase some food and some drink for myself, then it is possible that I might be a bit more recollective."
You want me to take you on a date?
Bobby Joe is such a hoe.
Um,
Get some food and drink.
I
Why
mean,
not make this a proper date and go sit down and have a nice dinner?
if you're offering, I'm not saying no.
Name the place.
All right. How about where did it go? Where did it go? Where did it go? I'm having trouble remembering that too. How about the rook cover?
I get that.
Sounds good to me.
Like right now or when?
We can go now. Wait, can we
Okay.
go now? Or is the group doing something?
It's up to you. You, Bobby Joe, you take a second to like spin around. Desto is like looking at tracks. Sledge is currently pulling swords off of demon bodies, and Seymour has just helped this like random townsperson out of a pile of fruit and is kind of probably dusting his hands off as he walks back towards you.
Mm-hmm.
And Buck just fuck on.
And Buck is gone.
Well, it appears to me that Desto is desting and everybody else is preoccupied with their spare time.
I'd be walking over about that time and be like, "So what's going on?"
I don't do third wheels.
I was not suggesting it, but that's fair.
Third wheels. I just walked over to say what's going on.
Seymour, I'm taking this fine gentleman on a date right now.
Oh, really? Now, well, uh, I hate to be the one to get in the way of a good time, but is there a good spot in this area for the rest of us to hang out while you're on your date? A different bar, apparently, because no third wheels allowed.
Mm, yeah, there's a few good spots. Let's see.
Just name the first one off the top of your head. Bobby Joe will meet you there when you're done.
Well, I mean, there's Old Slappy's Distillery.
Old Slappy sounds wonderful.
Let's
And
go!
I mean, this
Seymour
is
can
a
immediately pick up on the vibe of just like, this is a. I walked into something. There's a moment, and I'm just gonna try to like, all right, I'll grab everybody, and Bobby Joe, we'll meet you at the distillery. And if you need anything, you know how to get a hold of me,
or rather, I
or
should say, the
you know how to get
DM
a
is
hold of
gonna
us.
the DM is gonna correct very quickly. This is not the original Old Slappy Distillery. That is closer to the city of Parma. This is a satellite location and is more of a tasting room.
Ah,
So,
Old Slappy's tasting room.
uh
Shout out to the people who work in that
It,
room.
it's pretty
It's a really hard job.
huh.
I hope he describes someone that looks exactly like Brent.
Seymour's like, so why'd you start working in the tasting room? Well, the last job I worked at was a Ponzi scheme, so I had to get out.
It was a warlock Ponzi scheme. It did not work out at all.
We were selling charity to people, and it was awful.
Oh my goodness.
um, yeah. So, are y'all splitting off?
I am going
Fiend.
to kind of give the very like tip my hat, even though I have no hat, and be like, all right, well, Bobby Joe, let us know if you need us. Enjoy your date. Get some good food and drinks, and I'll grab the rest of the guys and go from there. And kind of do like the Homer Simpson backing into the
Bushes.
the
Edges.
bushes as like I go where the thing is and be like, all right, let me go see if I can round up Desto and Sledge and make our way over to Buck, as it looks like everything's dying down over here.
Taz,
Can you look to find Buck gone?
I know that I saw you shooting off in a certain direction, and I know that that's where I'm gonna head after I find them.
Okay.
That's as much
Sure.
as I know.
Okay.
Is by the map standard,
Okay,
you
that's
were
fine.
heading west, out of town,
Mm-hmm.
where those guys came
Yeah.
from.
Taz, I have a question for you about a changeling. Are you able, like, is it just a physical race appearance, or are you able to change with like a hat on your head that is part of the change?
No,
Just race.
my physical appearance will change. The clothes I'm wearing will have to stay the same unless I choose to change them.
Okay. Cool.
All right. Kayla, what were you saying as far as Bobby Joe's plans?
Quick question.
Yeah.
A couple of. What was the name of the place that we were going again? Something. with-
You are going to the Rook cover.
Just wanted to make sure I had that right. Also, do I have a sending stone if I needed to contact
You
them?
do.
You do?
So
Okay,
Buck is the only one that does not have one because he gave it to his mother.
Okay. Okay. I just wanted to double check that because I don't think I've ever actually used mine.
All right.
So I'm assuming we're headed to this place now.
Unless you got other plans. You're the one that said now.
Well, lead the way.
All right.
It's your money. You want it now.
So you will split off And before we go further with this, we will check in with Buck. So, Buck, we had left you
Uh-huh.
flying 120 feet, if not more, away. Um, I'll say that you're still in town, but it is certainly out of like the sort of resident, or excuse me, the commercial like streets, the Broadways and the Rodeo Drives. Um, and you're kind of in like a calmer, more residential area with just like a few huts scattered around. As you got him on the ground, I believe where we left off, you had him grappled and including a hand over his mouth. What would you like to do here?
At point, so I was actually to full disclosure, I was only moving 80 feet around, not the full 120.
Okay.
But so it would have taken me like 12 seconds longer to get as far.
Oh
But
wow. Okay, let
once
me
we,
change all of my notes then.
I know it's just it's wild. But once I get to a spot that's supposed to be fairly deserted, I will like land, I guess, in an alley or a field or whatever is most convenient to the spot. And once I land with him, I'll kind of like relax and let the rage drop. So I'm after that's only once like I'm on the ground or whatever. And so I will tell him like as I've got my hand over his mouth. It's like I'm going to let you go. All I want to know is I just want some information. I'm not going to hurt you any more than I have. Promise. Just as long as you don't attack me or shoot any spells, I am new here. I'm trying to get the lay of the land, and you didn't make it easy. So just give me information. Nobody else has to get hurt. Or nod if you're good with that.
He nods.
Okay. I will slowly, carefully remove my arms from his mouth and from his body and take like two steps back and just put my hands up.
All right. So nobody has to get hurt now that you killed all my folks. Is that how this is gonna go?
I didn't kill anybody. It was you were the one who attacked these people and put innocent civilians' lives in danger.
They were shooting too.
Well, what do you expect when you come in with devils or demons or whatever the hell you were coming out with? Pun intended.
What do you want from me?
I want to know what the fuck is going on here because as soon as we got to out of this portal, I see a shootout. I see people endangered. I see all this like things happening. I'm just trying to save my friend's dad, and I see innocence, and I get a little crazy. I apologize. I have a bleeding heart. I wear my heart on my sleeve. It. I care about people, and I want to make sure they're safe. And
All right. Well,
so
I see. The thing is, I told you what was
devils are
happening.
scary.
I told you what was going on, and you didn't believe me. So what makes you think that me retelling you what was happening? Because my story's not going to change. So why do you think that's going to change your opinion of this?
Because you didn't give me any details or any like backseat, you just told me like, "Hey, these guys are bad, and I'm chilling with demons," and so that's not a very good visual. I'm saying this as a giant like, Sasquatch monster person. Like it's not a good visual. So we have to work on your marketing. So give me the marketing pitch of what you're about and why I should trust you.
I'm not the gang.
But
But what? I'm not them. I'm not the person that's been shaking the townsfolk down ever since they got into power and assembled a gang. I'm trying to help people. I'm leading a resistance. You don't believe me. My name's Atrair. What details do you want?
my name is Buck. It's nice to meet you.
It has
You do
been
know who
unpleasant to meet you so far.
that is fair. It has been unpleasant to meet you as well. I hope to rectify this. You do understand the visual here is real bad, right? Like chilling out with like fiends and shit. They're the bad guys. They're the literal embodiment of evil. And you're just like, yeah, cool, these are my homies. It's not a good look.
I'm sorry, the angels were busy.
Okay, now we're getting somewhere. So why consort with the devils? Why not talk to the other governments and shit of DM, where like continent are we on the same continent? Or are we like on a new continent now? Or island or whatever?
You are on a completely new continent. So, the start of the campaign was at the southwest continent. You moved to the
Mm-hmm.
southeast continent. You are now in the northwest continent.
Okay. Cool.
So the
There are
government
other
system,
islands, there are other
yeah, I'm.
there are plenty of people you could have contacted. There are the elves, they're snooty, but they help people.
Do they?
You hear the dish.
Ish.
Fuck those.
Look, man, if you're not gonna help me, that's fine. I would prefer that you stay out of my way next time. You seem like a nice guy, but I don't really feel like I owe you answers. I'd love for you to work with me. You seem, obviously, you fucked up my boys, so it'd be great if we could work together. I just, you're coming in with all this hostility,
Literally,
and I
okay,
don't
so
really
you
feel like I can pull myself back from what you've already presupposed about me.
I understand that, and if you need to go on your way, that's fine. I'm not going to stop you, but I just need you to understand the visual of us walking out of this portal, right? Come out, and there are people in like official looking uniforms, and they seem to be protecting the townspeople. And you come out and like your shady shit and have magic and stuff, and like are backed by demons or whatever, or like shoving the people and like attacking the town, like whatever.
So,
Like
do
it's not a good look.
occupying armies always look like they're protecting people?
That is fair. You see, dialogue. We're working. We're coming to an understanding now. So, in a calm and collective way, why should I trust you? And I'm saying that as like just pretend like you have just met me. Why should I trust you? Teaming up with demons. Go.
Because it's not just demons I'm working with. I have people back at the base, at our little hideout, that I am working on behalf of. Sure, I'd like to get my cut of things, but overall, trying to do what's best for these souls. And what's best for me, too. And you seem like a smart enough, intelligent enough. I'm gonna throw it out there. You're kind of good looking guy. You should be able to vibe with me here on this.
if Buck blushes and just stop it, you.
Buck's instant
Um,
demeanor change when somebody compliments him.
it's flour from Bambi. Just
Buck becomes a simp. Just
uh,
get it.
all right. So here, how about this? I'm going to let you go off, go rejoin your people. Where can we find you if we decide we want to help you? Also, DM, what is like? I don't have any of my notes on me, or I would have, been
Hmm.
able to say it. Like, what's the gang that we know kidnapped Bobby Joe's dad, and like, what do we know about that? Because I asked him about that.
You want the Montebank?
That. What do you know about the Montebank?
I know they've been causing hell up in the eastern portion of the continent, but to my knowledge, haven't really made their way down here.
Okay, so you're not affiliated with them.
No.
Cool. Okay, so I apologize. I extend my hand, my great big like bear paw to like shake his hand, and it's just like, I'm sorry for all the trouble that we caused. Again, it's not a good visual. I would maybe talk to your marketing department and like see what you can do about that. But um, I would I would like to help you. Uh, I would also like to roll an insight check. DM, do I believe this guy?
Sure, go ahead and roll an
What's
insight check.
happening? Okay. In check is brought to you by Evan Williams. You good Kentucky bourbon. Try Evan Williams. That ooh, is a nat 18 for a 22.
Okay.
Your insight is resistance. More like you can't resist me.
He's like, I'm beautiful, bitch. Tell me.
You're clouded by your flattery.
I'm not mad.
I think that on a 22, you playing off of the interactions you've had with this guy and kind of but Buck's instinct so far, there's still like there's something that sits with you, but I think for the most part you're just like, all right, now that we've had like a calm conversation, he thinks I'm a good-looking dude, thinks I'm smart, thinks I'm whatever. Like, yeah, I'm willing to like trust this guy a little bit. Maybe I did react a little too strongly.
Sure. Um, if you don't mind, and I will make sure that everybody is calm and copacetic and whatever. I would have a follow-up conversation with you and your organization, if you have one, um, and better suss out what's happened here. I have a friend who's from this area. She would know more than I would, but I want to believe you. You seem like a decent fellow. In good faith, I'm going to let you go, and uh, if I can pull up my inventory, I don't have anything. Um, I'm going to give you a handshake, good faith, and I'm going to let you go. I'm going to rejoin my friends, have a conversation, and I would like to contact you again if we can. Um, now I'm just rambling, so
It's
everybody is
alright.
calm now.
He will like hold up a finger, signifying like give him 1 second. He's gonna turn around and like fiddle with his stuff for a moment, and you hear like a small flame erupt in his hands for a second, and then he turns back around. He is holding a bottle of something and a note with a wax seal on it. He is like done fresh. Um, Hands you the note. That's how you can find me. Hands you the bottle. That's how you can read it. Don't read it without drinking that. Okay?
Okay,
Two separate notes.
cool.
And then
So, drink the bottle, then read the note.
drink the bottle, read the note.
Okay. Drink
And
the bottle,
he
read the note.
will
Drink the bottle, read the note.
hand that to you, lift his hat off his head, and run his hand through his like hair, give you a wink, and say, "Hope to see you again." And we'll
Buck
turn
goes to
around,
tip his hat, doesn't have a hat, is sad, and then waits for him to depart.
and he'll begin
With a
just
smile.
slowly walking out towards just the open desert.
We'll wait a second to make sure there are no shenanigans, and then walk back in the direction of his friends.
You see him turn into a purple worm and dive into. No, I'm just kidding.
Ah!
um,
The spice.
That would have been amazing.
I don't care.
Cool. Yeah, you are wandering back and are able to meet up with your friends. And
I would say it's about this time that I think Sledge and Seymour would probably meet up with you on the edge of town.
mhm,
Does that seem about right?
absolutely.
I'll so get up to Buck and be like, so I'll kind of like look way out in the distance and just see a figure. Be like, so we're letting him go. He's good people.
I think that I don't know if he is good people. I don't think he is bad people. I think there's a distinction there.
That's fair.
There is more going on here than, quite frankly, I understand. Um, and then I will present the note and the potion. We would like to contact him again. This is how we do it. Drink the potion, then read the note. I am not equipped to handle this, so I will give that. I'll hand it to Seymour. I think we should hear him out.
I'm
I
putting
get
that in
a
my
feeling.
inventory right now, just so that we're not forgetting.
Um, I get an icky feeling from these people, but I also get an icky feeling from these devils. So it's just icky all around, and all I trust is you guys. So
What you gonna drink, AJ?
Well, speaking of trusted random strangers, we're heading to a bar. Bobby Joe is going on a date, and we're not invited.
hey! I say in character.
She is gonna, from what I overheard, try to find out a little bit more information about her father. Apparently, the guy knows at least of, if not knows her father, and may know a thing or two. But it coerced her into a drink and some food out of it, which honestly is a relatively fair bargain. Uh, so the three of us are gonna go to old Slappy's and have a few drinks while we wait. She's got a sending stone, and she'll meet us or call us if she needs something.
The three of us. Who all is? She is going on her date by herself, and then it's. Are you going too, or
Me,
what's there?
me, you, and Sledge here are heading to the bar.
That's
I look
Thursday.
around for. I look around for Desto.
He is unaccounted for, but he has a sending stone. So I assume if he needs us, he'll let us know where he's at. In fact, it's probably not a bad idea for me to reach out on the sending stone and let him know that we're going to Old Slappy's. But
I'm waiting for the 10 minutes later.
I could not find him.
I killed a snake.
Uh,
A slippery snake.
Buck will look around his for his little brother.
Do a perception check.
Hell yeah. Natural 20 for
That's
20.
all.
Fuck off.
Give it
Okay.
up. Give it up, Tyler. Tell us everything.
On a natural 20. Especially where you are currently, because they met you, you didn't go to meet them, right?
Mm-hmm.
You don't see him, but a nat 20 perception will port over into an insight of Bobby Joe wandering off alone. Doesn't sound like the safest idea. And you feel very confident that Desto had that same thought.
Cool. Do we know how far away Old Slappy's is from this place that Bobby Joe is going? I don't
You know
want
what?
it to be.
I don't know. They didn't even tell me the name of the bar they're going to, because apparently he doesn't like third wheels. Bobby Joe can handle herself, and I'm not too worried. But she knows that she can reach us, and we're not far away. So
I
we'll be all right.
That being said, I still would like to be at least moderately close to her. Above the table, I would like to be able to reach her in 1 to 2 rounds max.
Wow, that's reaching.
So what's the range on
So,
that?
Roughly.
For me, if I'm dashing, that is 160 feet.
So that would still be in one business. You could maybe go out that business next door and into the other business.
That's basically what I'm looking at.
Okay, so you would like to be next door.
Yeah.
Okay.
Go
Noted.
shopping.
You guys, like Taz said, don't know the name of where she's going, so it could be next door.
Also, I am supposed to meet you guys there later, I believe. So if you guys aren't there,
Well, we've got the sending stones, which are similar to cell phones. So, hey, I'm leaving the bar. I'm heading over. Actually, we're not there. We went and tried to do something else. We can communicate some of these things, which is nice. That said, I have no choice right now with how this worked out, but to trust and rely on Bobby Joe, who's not going to do anything to jeopardize her situation with trying to find her father, that I will do my best to convince Buck to relax.
Buck, have a drink.
Persuasion check.
What was that?
I said roll a persuasion check.
Oh. +11 is 24.
Oh, good luck there, Bucks.
That beats a 15. So Buck will relax and have a drink.
And it's, of course, as I explain this to Buck, it's like, I'm not chastising you for being worried. I obviously am worried as well, but I trust Bobby Joe, and I too have the inkling that Desto, her best friend, is probably not far away. Both of them know to contact us and can direct us to where they're at if they need it.
Sure. It's
in the meantime, let's do some reconnaissance of our own around here at the bar. Bartenders always have questions, right?
I reach out my long arms and grab Sledge by the shoulder in a friendly way, and it's just, let us go, comrades, and drink to our victory.
I look up to you in earnest, eyes sparkling. Let's drink. We deserve it.
All right. I think we will go to. Let's do Kayla first. Let's do Bobby Joe first. Bobby Joe, you follow this man who, in the course of walking to the rook cover, learn his name is simply Fang.
Legit.
And you will walk into a saloon, full swinging doors, and it is quiet on the inside as you see different people engaged in poker games and whispered, hushed conversations. Despite the crowd in here, both in volume and in appearance, both of which would lead you to assume that this bar would be louder and rowdier, it is not. If anything, the rowdy people seem to be the drunkest, but their drunkenness very quickly turns to sleep. You also notice a few people on the ground, eyes open and breathing, but otherwise body stiff. And there's like 2 or 3 of those in the bar. So Fang will walk in and approach a booth where a few guys wearing the similar uniform that he's wearing, obviously much less ornate. And I believe I specified in the previous session, it's not like an official uniform. It's more like if you just told your friend group to wear all black, what they would come up with. But they're wearing the colors, and he just grabs 2 of them by the scruff of their neck, like by their collar, and sort of just pulls them out of the booth, tosses them aside. Just said, "Get out of here. Me and Bobby Joe, we're having a date." And they just kind of scuttle off. And he will, exaggeratingly, kind of put his arm out for you to take a seat.
All right, I'm gonna take a seat.
Mm-hmm.
Question.
Yeah?
Can I roll something to get any type of insight on the people around me that are like, they seem like they're sleeping or stiff or whatever?
We'll call that a perception check.
Okay. Gotta get back to the same thing.
What was this guy's name again?
Fang.
Fang.
Fang. And what was the other guy's name? Sorry, while she's rolling.
Which guy?
Buck's friend.
Oh, the
Atreyu or
the cowboy. Not Atreides, Atreyer. Atraer.
Atreyer.
I don't know if there's more of a sad feeling than coming up with the spelling of a name you hear, and then when someone spells it out and you're completely wrong, and you're just like, ah, oh, no.
See, but that's what happens with D&D names. Is it's always like, let me spell it phonetically, and then the DM is always, cool. Now that I've spelled it phonetically, let me change 3 letters so that it's not that.
I thought I heard Atreyer, so I was like, Atraire. That sounds perfect. What a cool name.
Atreyer also would have been good.
No.
Of
All right,
course,
so
I was like, I got part of it, so I was like, Atreyu, like the band? I don't know.
Great band. Not great band, but
A band.
Welcome back to Good Band Name, Bad Band Name.
It is
a good band.
They are a good band with a peak song or 2 that I love, but they're not a great band. I have to.
You guys know what else Atreyu is from?
Never ending story.
Thank you. Jesus.
Wait, who's Atreyu?
The dragon guy. A never-ending story.
No.
Isn't that Atreyu?
No, the kid is.
That's
The
Falcor.
kid.
That's Falcor. You're thinking about Falcor, you fucking loser.
I was close. Fuck off.
Trey is the kid.
Atreyu's a fucking loser.
Atreyu's the kid.
And he almost got his ass beat by Jack Black. A young Jack Black. Reminds you of the Goonies.
Shut up.
Anyway, back to Bobby Joe's date.
I only got a 9 on the perception roll.
It looks like they're just drunk. Just a very specific type of drunk that you have been fortunate enough not to have experienced either for yourself or for your friends.
Alright.
And as he sits down, you probably take this moment to like kind of take stock of who you're sitting across. He has black hair that is swept back, not from gel, but just probably from grime, and
Ew.
is bearded, with like an attempt at keeping it groomed, but it's probably actually like lopsided on one side. Um, he has a number of scars on his face and his hands, and I think you would also notice that he wears an amulet that has taken like a blade strike or something that like strikes through whatever the emblem was on this amulet.
Does he have like a tear in the corner of his eye too, or?
You know what?
Type.
Now that you said it, yes, he does. He has a small tattooed tear in the corner of his eye. Yeah.
He's got the damaged tattoo that Jared Leto had. As the Joker.
No. We're not going down that path.
He has you sit down, and then we'll go over to the bar and come back with 2 shots, and say this is on your excuse me, this is on your tab, but Copperhead shots start us off. What do you say?
Sure, why not?
All right, he will clink glasses with you, assuming you oblige, knock it on the table, and shoot it back.
I do the same, but I like wait a second and wait for him to take his first.
All right, can I have you make a Constitution saving throw, as he will do the same?
That's why I waited.
Well, he's doing the same.
Well, because we're drinking, so.
It's roofied. Don't drink it, it's roofied.
Apparently. Ooh, 18.
18, you save. So you feel the alcohol course through you. You feel the warmth. You feel for a moment, like, in the same sensation of you feeling warm in your chest, you also feel like your body tighten for a second and then relax. And yeah, you just took a shot, and he just kind of looks at you. Okay, time. You can throw down, huh? You want to do another round, or what do we want here?
I mean, to be honest, I thought we were here for food too. So what do we got for food?
We'll get there. Wow, just fucking rushing through. I mean, are we rushing for good reasons?
Probably not for you.
All right.
Dude, I feel for Estrella right now. I've been through this. It's terrible.
That's not even the guy. That's Fang.
Fang.
Or whatever. She just wants food. Come on, bro.
You just want food.
I'm rooting for the bro here.
This guy's already been friend zoned.
Hilarious.
Say it in a flirty tone. Is that better?
Tyler. Hey, Tyler.
Yeah, what's up?
Can I say something just for flavor?
Oh my god, yeah. Yes.
Okay, so I am up in the rafters above where they're sitting down, and I'm just like clenching my little bird fist, like getting angrier and angrier, listening to this fucking guy. And I have a ball bearing in my hand, and I'm ready to throw it at his head.
Okay. No. but invisibly, right?
Yes, until
Yeah.
it wears off.
Gotcha.
I'm up there.
Now,
Um,
if he throws a ball bearing, does that count as an attack? And would it make him lose invisibility?
yes.
Ooh, shut the fuck up,
Yes,
Seymour!
it would. Yes,
Seymour,
obviously.
God damn it!
Obviously.
Wait until he's too drunk to know what's going on.
What if he just drops it? He's not
Well-
attacking, he just ends up dropping it.
Um,
It only lasts for an hour, so
I'm gonna cut in also and say, Desto, since you are hiding in the rafters, you also should make a perception check on just the bar itself.
Well, the jig is up, the bird is out. We finally found him.
Renegade.
Well done,
17.
Taz.
Thank you,
17. So you happen to observe someone going stiff after taking a sip of their drink. And the way that the situation goes down, you see that they had thrown a shot back as well, and sort of gather that there is a component to the shot that if your Constitution save is low enough, you will be paralyzed. For what time, you are uncertain, but you notice that one of the people like in a booth on the other side of the bar happens to like stiffen up, and just kind of his friends are laughing and poking at him, and one of them's running over to the bar to see if they can get some pens to draw on him.
Okay.
Okay.
Classic
I'm gonna
penis.
keep a close look at what happens.
Okay. And then we'll go back to. Actually, I think at this point we'll go check on the other three, and then come back to Bobby Joe. So, the other three, of Seymour, Sledge, and Buck, wander to a place a few blocks away called Old Slappy's Sampling Place. So you wander inside and see a very like bare bones, very economic, efficient, just sort of tables, stools. There is very little artistry in the way of these pieces. If anything, the artistry just seems to come from the wear. That perhaps these might have been repurposed, like just pieces of plywood, very kind of thrown together. And there is two dwarves behind the counter, one of whom has like a big old beer gut and a very long beard and is balding on top. The one beside him seems to be younger and potentially in training of some sort, and has a less full grown beard, and his more thick hair is pulled back in a knot.
Does he have fucking glasses? Like a loser?
I'm not going to make him a direct clone of Brent, even though I'm going to tip my hand and say that's kind of what I'm going for, but he is not wearing glasses.
Fucking nerd. What do you have, gents? It's on me. First round, for only the first round.
Well,
I appreciate the whiskey.
I'll walk in and be like, well, all right, Sledge. What do you guys have here? Just try to like survey if it's like a beer bar or, liquor, or if they've got a specialty drink, even
Sure.
if it's bare bones.
yeah, no, this is the older looking dwarf kind of just moving something around in his mouth, and is like, we got about 18 different flavors of moonshine, so whatever kind of moonshine you're into, we probably got it.
You say he's a dwarf?
Both of them are.
My boys. My boys. I'm gonna go up to him. Get this one a whiskey. I'll take whatever the house recommends, and if y'all take it, I'll like to buy y'all a shot as well.
Well, we ain't got whiskey. Okay, like I said, we got about 18 flavors of moonshine, but that's about it.
Fox moonshine, okay with you? It,
Whatever will get me fucked up the quickest. Yes.
give us the house special, including you two gents. And give 'em
He turns to the trainee who just is like, and runs off and grabs 5 mason jars.
I saw that. It cut out a little bit from the screen that.
And he'll come back and put the mason jars in front of you. All right. Okay. So, uh, welcome to Old Slappy Sampling Room or Sampling Place. And man, it's great that y'all are here. It's just great. My name's G Wiz, by the way, or G Wizard. And
that traditional dwarf name.
no.
Oh, it is.
And yeah, let's see.
Oh, wizards on you guys.
All right, G Wizard, what are you concocting over there?
So this is
Jizz, what do you have for us?
Don't do that.
You lined yourself up for that.
I did.
Softball.
But only one. This is some green apple moonshine.
Green apple. Okay. Gents, expect the squirts later.
Throwing it back.
Oh yeah.
Oh, right. Yeah, no, money would be good, wouldn't it? Let's do. And then as he's like, let's do, you hear the dwarf in the back. Gee, we mean let's do. That's not how this works, and you know it. Tell them with pride. Okay, sorry. It is 8 silver.
All right, I'm gonna give him keep the change, 2 gold pieces.
Wow.
Damn.
Thank you.
We're
Would
gonna,
it?
we're gonna down
I'm
these
sorry.
all at once.
Real quick, this is a weird question. Would it be all right if I gave you a hug?
I think it'd be weird if you didn't.
And he'll give a hug real quick.
Buck will lift his mason jar. Bedonia, as he then doesn't wait for anyone else, just downs it.
He, G Wiz raises his and it's just like, Patagonia!
Good for you is, yeah.
Sledge is gonna toast to the stone below and down it. Do we need to do anything, or is it?
Yeah, oh yeah, you were definitely making Constitution saving throws.
Damn it!
Seymour's just like off to the side after everybody just like goes on their own and does it. I'm like, oh shit, here's to a free drink, I guess.
Can I cast guidance on myself?
No.
Damn it! You're a terrible DM, Tyler. How dare you?
Oh, somebody's angry.
I got a dirty 20.
All right.
Do I get advantage because I'm drinking real moonshine while we're drinking moonshine?
No, but I like the hustle.
Does
Hey, worth a shot.
the hug give us a buff at all?
No.
Damn it! 14 for Sledge.
Okay. Sledge, you're feeling it a little bit.
Damn it. And that's fair.
Right
Give me
on
a
for
sec.
again.
I moved my thing and now I can't find my Seymour dice. There it is. Which You said con save.
Yeah.
14 plus 1. That's 15.
You are also feeling it a little bit.
Okay.
I'm gonna go to him. Gee whiz, more like gee wizard, cause this is magical.
That's good. Hmm.
I kind of like lean over next to Buck, and I'm like, that might have been the funniest thing Sledge has ever said.
Yes, yes.
Probably.
Do I
Like,
hear
Um,
there's
that?
like there. No, yeah. I don't say it loud enough that you hear it. I obviously am not giving you the satisfaction,
Obviously.
but I
I'm
will
go-
say that as I leaned over to say that to Buck, that if you were to catch me as I just got done saying it, you will see that there was a slight smile on the face. Like, that was actually the nicest, or like the funniest thing I think Sledge just said. And I was like, hmm, not bad.
Let's go.
I think you should probably tell him at some point, but it was good. Um, and at
And
this point
you can
now,
hear my eyes rolling, Buck. I'm like,
I know. At this point, I am still like I am head on a swivel. Like something ain't right. Um, what's going on here?
In here, I guess roll. Are you trying to get like a feel or like see what's going on here? Is it insight or perception,
Yes,
Brent? Pick one.
either. How about I roll? Tell you.
No, call it out beforehand.
Fuck, you're not fun. Um, it's the same score. I'll call it perception.
Okay.
Ooh, another nat 18 for another 22.
All right. You look around and see that you're the only ones in here, other than G Wizard and the older dwarf. Um, you see a number of different this is where Tyler the DM has to admit my knowledge doesn't go very far as like moonshine. I don't know what moonshine would be stored in vast quantities if it would be barreled. But
Jars. Because
just
if it was barreled, then it would turn into whiskey.
okay. So then just a lot of jars, like just shelves and shelves of jars, sit behind the bar.
can we pretend that at least in New Ammolia and in a magical world, there is mason jar size or
Barrel
head-sized
size.
mason jars
Yeah,
that are
I think
just
we
like the
should.
taps of it? I think that that's just fun,
I
right?
think we should. I think you're right. Yeah, so you see a tap system coming out of like a giant, probably sledge-sized mason jar behind the bar, and then a number of smaller ones on shelves in sort of their like to-go section. Um, Otherwise, not too much to report.
So I would like to start talking to the bartenders. Obviously, I think G Wizard's probably going to be the easier one to conversate with at first. So I'll be like, so how long you guys been in shop here?
Well, I've only been here like 2 weeks, but this location was opened a couple of months ago. But with the demon stuff, it's not a great time to open a new business.
Yeah, you guys fell into some unfortunate luck there. You guys having trouble getting everything for setting this place up as I kind of like gesture to the walls and things? You're like, not much in the art and creativity department?
From like leaning on the bar with his arms crossed, you just hear the other older dwarf just say, "We let the moonshine do the talking."
Well, you'd think, did you guys have like at least like a logo or something like normally?
Um, I will say that there was a logo very similar to this one on the outside
Perfect.
sign. So
How about this? We're gonna be here for a little bit. Let's say we trade 2 rounds of drinks for a nice painting of that logo you got right up over here on this wall. I pick like that, like a bland wall right off to the side. Be like, if I paint you something, 2 rounds of drinks, you get a free painting. It's your logo, nothing crazy, and it still lets the moonshine do the talking.
persuasion check.
Oh shit. 17 plus 11 is a 28.
Um, the older dwarf turns, taps 2 rounds of drinks, one from a just sort of corn tap, and then the other you're told is a we'll call it jalapeno tap.
Oh, ho, ho. Spicy.
Give Sledge disadvantage right now.
And he just puts the 6 mason jars, 2 lines of 3, up on the bar. Have at it. See if you can earn them.
Deal. So I'll take the drink that I already have that I've already been kind of sipping, and I'll walk over to the wall and I'll pull out the marvelous pigments.
Okay.
And I would say that, barring getting called for the next, probably take me. It says 10 minutes to do 100 square feet. I'm probably gonna just do like like a 5 to 10 foot like
Sure.
thing. 15 minutes maybe. Is
Yeah,
that fair?
that's fair.
Like 15 to 30 minutes because I want it to look nice. Spend my time doing an exact replica of the logo here of the moonshine glass with the cowboy's hat that says Old Slappy's Moonshine, established in 4015. And when I paint it into the wall, I want it to have like a wooden and metallic look, as if once it's painted onto the wall, it's like almost indented in and out, so you could like go up and touch it and feel the detail of it. Does that sound fair?
Um,
It's not anything like fancy, like super high metals or anything. It's just wood and ironish looking. So it's like keeping within that 25 gold or less kind of restriction on it.
yeah.
But like the painting itself is a nice, like, well, granted, like a painting worth 25 gold in this world is like actually a really reasonable painting to just have free for 2 rounds of drinks. So like, does that seem fair?
Yeah. Yeah, and I was trying to decide if I was going to have you do an Arcana check, but I don't think I will. I'll just say that, yeah, you paint that.
If you'd like, I think a performance sounds fair, right? Because
Sure.
I feel like it's about how well I can replicate it. If you want me to roll something, I was thinking that.
Go ahead and do a performance check. Yeah.
Okay. Can I like give him advice over his shoulder and cast guidance or no?
You can. What does that sound like?
Go left. No, a little bit right. Darker. No. You use the brown paint.
So now I'm getting a negative 1d4. Thanks. Do I get that as a guidance thing or no?
You get a guidance, yeah.
Okay. I'll take that 1d4 then. That gives me a total of 21.
All right. It's a great looking painting. I was actually having you considering having you roll Arcana, but you described it in such a way that I didn't get to do that. By describing the depth painted into the wall. Um, as you step away, you see the logo with this wooden and metallic appearance become wooden and metallic as you have created an embedded wooden and metal sign in the wall. You notice like a couple of cracks forming, just like these sort of hairline spiderweb type cracks in the corners of where the sign now sits in the wall, but um, overall feel like structurally it will be fine. And you see the older dwarf's bushy eyebrows go up enough that you see his eyeballs and the whites of his eyes for a moment before he goes back down. Well done. Pretty good.
So I would have, like, at the very end, like, done a little signature thing on the bottom of it, just as like a replication piece, and stand back. And upon hearing the "well done" from behind me, like, there's a very, like, proud look on Seymour's face of himself, which is not something he really always does. But he was just like, "Yeah, I made that. That feels nice." And he'll walk back to the bar with a smile on his face and won't say anything else, but he'll grab the moonshine that was kind of pushed over towards us and raise the glass up just to see if the others do. And specifically, as the other two raise their glass as well, I will clink Sledge's glass, just as a silent nod to the assist.
Yeah.
All right. This is where I will ask the group if we would like to take a fiver for like a bathroom break slash get up and walk around, grab a beer, any of that.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
Fiverr.
We'll see you back in 5.
Taz, Drew, you look at your messages real quick. Do I have that? Or
Yes,
do you?
you do.
I do. Okay, I just wanted to double check. I didn't want to.
Yep.
Fuck you. Okay,
Nope,
thanks.
you still have those. And sorry I took over a little bit there, but once again, going back through my notes, I was like, oh yeah, I've got these cool pigment things. I want to keep using cool stuff like this where I can. So,
Big fan.
I'll be back.
All right.
Beer. I love beer. Joey! Bro, we need a holographic double, Joey. Is there
You can do that here, but it sounds like right now what you actually need the most of is career building.
Edge.
I thought that was awesome.
It really was. It took me watching his debut like 2 or 3 times to be like, this slaps.
The only thing that I hate is I hate that they played the video beforehand and like gave it away. They should have just played his entrance music.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that would have popped so much louder because everyone already knew what was coming after that.
Mm-hmm. The thing that killed me and where I was told was the fact that they got Metalingus and his wife was the one who did the "you think you know me."
Well, they changed it to him.
Mm-hmm. I'm excited. I think I'm happy for him. Be good, and I'm excited to see what he does. So
I'm excited to see what happens with that.
I saw when he came out to save Darby Allin. It's like Darby has
Okay,
two
so
goth
we
dads,
just talk about other things
Yeah,
but we're
and it
gonna
just
my
and
wife's
it
my
made
wife's
it.
calling me
so
now.
I'm glad that I could give you that because
So
I
I'm gonna
feel like
go.
when I was texting you like
I'll be
less
back.
than a month ago, I was like I was I was needing what you're needing right now, and I feel like I'm at least in a better place career wise. Not feel like I'm in a better place. I am definitely in a much better place career wise. So I feel like I have more space to like be there for you when you're needing it. So yeah, yes, yes, yeah. You will, you will, and it's gonna be so fulfilling and it's gonna be amazing. But we need to get through this every day. So, but yeah, I will. I'm just gonna text you the podcast that you used to listen to. So he has like a whole coaching program and whatnot and helps people start their careers. So that might be helpful for you, but if it's not, I didn't go to class with him, so but yeah. All right. Well, I hope to hear from you very soon, and we will stay in touch. I feel like we text every several months, but you know. Okay, sounds good. Yeah, yeah. Bye.
You all right there, boy?
Yes, no, I was just scrolling on my phone and had resting scrolling face. No, I'm great. I am chilling.
Just chilling. You were scrolling. That's fun. Resting scrolling face.
Resting scrolling face, man.
Uh, no, sorry I ended up taking over that scene a little bit there, but I was just like, I've got paints, it's blank walls. I'm sure I could get us a free drink out of this, right?
No, absolutely. I had the whole like interrogation thing with that guy. So no, man, we're good.
I'm interested about the cowboy potion and notes that I that we got from that guy. Like, how is that gonna
Mhm.
work, and what's gonna go on? I wonder if the note's gonna be like, "Get fucked, you fuzzy gigantuan" or something. It's like, Buck, this was a mean note he wrote you, and you're like, all right, well, we're gonna go find him and rip him limb from limb, teach him manners.
Somebody's gonna bitch is gonna die today.
That would be amazing.
Um, that would I wouldn't put it past Tyler, but I'm excited to be a background character on this arc. I'm just excited to get drunk on a Tuesday.
There you go.
Really like where I'm at.
What are we talking about?
The nice part is getting drunk on a
Getting
Tuesday.
drunk on Tuesday.
Hell yeah.
The nice part is right now too is so I have one final exam due tomorrow for my online class. I finished one of my classes earlier today, so it's like, all right, like easy peasy tomorrow. Like, I don't have to like wake up and be like, all right, I need this done by 8 a.m. or something. It's like, all right, I can have a drink or two and get a little buzz going for the next day, having a good old time. So it's like, all right, that's not bad.
Hell yeah.
I ended up with an A in that other class, so
Let's go.
granted the entire quote unquote final exam, it's like, all right, well, let me just copy paste, look for answers. Like, that's just how it is. And I'm like, all right, like, I would guess before the question, like, all right, guess, copy paste just to confirm, guess, copy paste, guess, copy paste. And I was like, all right, like, if I took it on my own, I probably would have gotten like a 70 something, but I got like a 98. And I was like, all right, well, we take those.
Hey man, C's get degrees.
But I still got the A on it. So I was like, all right, well.
You know, you still got the A. So, you know what? I'm not advocating cheating, but good for you.
Lindsay said it in a good way, and it's kind of given me like a bit more confidence in the fact that I do that. Is how many jobs in the world don't allow you to access resource materials while you're on the job? None. So there's nothing wrong with being able to access learning materials when you're testing. So that's like, all right, even if I know where or how to find it or understand the concept of it, then yeah, I'm good.
That's why when I was a teacher, I would allow students to like have a page of notes occasionally and be like, hey, you can use your notes. That's fine. It's really I care more about can you articulate a thought and can you translate what is important to the page.
That's fair.
Um, oh, I haven't told the group yet, but last week I made my first big adult purchase, and I bought a car.
Ooh, congratulations.
What kind of car?
So
Yeah, what'd you get?
it is a 23 Nissan Sentra with less than 200 miles on it. Leather seats, a heated steering wheel, a sunroof, full like navigation system or whatever, and I got it for like the same price as a new like used vehicle or whatever. Like it basically, I got a really good deal on it.
Let's see a picture of
This
it.
thing the guy who sold it to me is we bought his first ever car he sold in 2000.
Oh,
So we've been buying cars for him for 23 years at this point.
That sounds.
He got me a
That sounds
he got me a
inspirational.
goal. Yeah, no, I've needed a win for a time, so it's nice. It's really exciting. I love
that's
it.
amazing.
Ooh.
Oh damn!
Black
Yeah.
red.
So I'm accepting names, like name applications. So if you come with a good name for my car, let me know.
I mean, I'm the leader in the clubhouse, right?
I
Ruby.
mean, I really appreciate Ruby. I appreciate President Cherry S. Truman. That's good.
That's
a
good.
one. I was gonna say Scarlet, but
Uh,
I named my bike that, so you can't have it.
I like Scarlet. I also like the Becky Lynch as well.
You know what? I guess I'll just go out and say it. Brent, I don't like how you fucking park. Okay, you're
Oh my
risking
god.
the front bumper and hurting it. Do not fucking park that up
Who
front.
said you parked it?
Hey man, there's not a little doohickey, and I pulled it back after I picture.
Incredible. I love it though.
So you can suck a dick. How about that?
AJ can't drive, so he's one to talk.
Yeah, right. I've only been in one accident, and it was totally my fault. But I blamed it on yoga pants.
I have been in more than one.
Pause. You blamed it on yoga
One of which-
pants?
Yeah, because you
That's
looked in the
I need
wrong
to hear
direction.
that story.
I'm sorry. I was staring at some chick in yoga pants about to go into like this gym. So I actually misspoke. I'm sorry. I blamed it on glancing at the time while I was going to my college class, and then by the time I looked up, it was too late, and I hydroplaned and rear-ended this car, who then rear-ended into a special needs bus, and I felt terrible.
Oh,
But yeah, I was like, I can either tell the cops I was staring at this yoga pants ass, or I can say I was looking at the time. And
Uje's
so I
like, come
panicked.
on,
But I
man.
was looking at the
You know
time.
what it is. It was ass. We all be
And
looking at
then
I'm
ass.
telling my wife this story right now.
it was hilarious that I was going to uh what the fuck? I forgot the name of it, but basically a law class. I forgot what it was called. And the cops gave me a ride. They put me in the back seat, brought me. I got to go to my fucking law class coming out of a cop car. I was like, I'm so cool. Look at me.
That was what all of your classmates were thinking is, wow, he just got arrested. He's so cool.
It was great.
Oh my gosh.
My
Oh,
dad was
man.
not happy. I
I
called
AJ
him.
doesn't care about kids with special needs.
It was terrible. Uh, I called my dad and I did the whole like. He was like, "You fuck." As soon as like, Dad, I got an accident. He's like, "You fucking dumbass! You're so stupid. I told you this morning to watch out. It was raining." I was like, "Dad, you didn't even ask me if I was all right." And his response was so legendary. If you weren't all right, you wouldn't have called me. And I was like, "Fuck, he's right."
Oh man. I love
AJ
that.
prioritized an ass in yoga pants over kids with special needs,
He
Yes,
still
trying to
does.
get to and from their destinations.
He still does.
He'll do it every day.
Only this time he is the kid with special needs.
yoink! Sing, sing. That's what we call in the business irony.
Oh my god.
I love you though.
Uh,
Oh my gosh. Well, on that note, we ready to jump back in?
I think so.
Okay.
I sent my name suggestion in the chat.
So let's cut back
Let's go.
to Bobby Joe's date in progress.
I like Bridget a lot.
So you're sitting there, and we're with Fang, who's kind of like, all right, so what are we doing here? You whining and dining me, or you blowing me off? Which is it?
Neither, sir. I just have some questions, and I just happen to really appreciate food. So I don't mind eating while I ask you questions. I just want French fries or something like that.
Okay, go get you some French fries then.
You want anything?
I'll take
My
another.
treat.
I will take another shot, and I will take a steak.
Sure thing. How do you like it done?
Rare.
Okay then.
A man of culture, I see.
It was at this when Bobby Joe knew that this was a mistake.
Oh my god, you're so queer. Make better dad jokes.
Never.
I had the
I
DM
want
moment
some
of.
awkward-
Oh, sorry. I was just gonna say I had the DM
Go ahead.
moment of. Does he say rare or does he say like a hockey puck?
Ooh,
Which is
yeah.
funnier?
Hockey puck because it leads into a hockey as a sport in canon for Ammolia.
There you go. Yeah, I guess it would have been. Oh well.
All right, I want to as I walk to the bar to place the order, do that like awkward wink where like you don't know how to wink, so it's like a weird one, and your other eye half closes at the same time.
To him or the bartender?
To him.
Okay. Okay, give me a performance check with disadvantage.
Alright. Let me open it back up. Load! If I do it with disadvantage, do I have to change anything on here before I push the button?
Nope, just roll twice and tell me which one's lower.
Okay. Good thing I'm not good at this anyway. It is a 9.
Okay. Yeah, it doesn't look pretty, and he is appearing less enthused to be there than he originally was.
It'll get better. It's fine. Okay.
I can save this.
No, my whole goal is to play stupid. It's part of my charm.
Okay.
So he said he knew my dad, and he knows who the Montebank are.
He recognizes both of those, or he recognizes the name of the Montebank, and he knows that your father is Josias.
Okay. Oh, he asked for a shot too, right? So
Correct.
I'll give him a shot, I guess.
Yeah.
Okay. I guess I'll start with asking like what's been happening around town and how he ended up with Bo, because he did clarify that, or we clarified that, correct?
Yeah, you know he's with Bo.
Okay. I want to know like how he ended up with Bo, because for the most part he seems like a controversial dude.
A controversial dude. Okay. Yeah. He first is gonna take his shot, and is fine. And well, as to what's been going on and how I ended up with Bo, those are gonna be two separate answers. Which one do you want first?
What's going on?
Devils popped up out of fucking nowhere, and they're trying to move in on our turf, and Bo doesn't like it, and so we are trying to keep them at bay.
So does that lead into the answer of how you ended up with Bo?
No,
kind of
not
like
at
a
all.
survival
This is no. I've been with Bo for years. I got tired of following rules, and um, I was a paladin, and I'm no longer. And Bo has rewarded me for that change in vocational path.
So if you were a paladin and you are no longer, what is it exactly that you do now?
I work for Bo.
He fucks bitches and gets money.
Neither of
Yo,
which
he
is
does what
happening
he's
right
told.
now.
um,
Sucks for Bo. Bobby Joe's good. I saw her roll last time. She was good. Bo's missing out.
good God.
Fang.
Anyway.
So are you just stationed here then? Is the whole point to keep these devils from coming in through the portal? Or are they just all over the place now running rampant?
Um, they're not exactly all over the place. They come into town, they fuck shit up, we fuck shit up back, and then they usually scurry off into whatever that dark cave they're hiding in, and that's pretty much it. It's kind of just us going back and forth. We, I mean, I handle them if they pop up in my neighborhood, but otherwise, somebody else handles it.
So you're just essentially doing a service for the people here, but you don't know where these demons are coming from?
Yeah, we'll call it a service for the people. I like that. But no, they they we don't. Nobody knows.
Well, you don't consider it a service? Like, you get paid, right?
Um, I am a smart enough man to recognize that the relationship or the flow of cash between the people and me is a tenuous relationship that would make it misleading to say that I am providing the service for the people.
Interesting. Can I just, like, pull a tiny notebook out of my pocket
Sure.
and write stuff
Uh huh.
and just put big lines underneath, not a service?
Okay. Yeah.
So, how do you know my father then? You've heard of him.
How about we ask some questions about you if this is supposed to be a date?
Sure. What do you want to know?
Where'd you go?
I
What
went a
brought you
lot of
back?
places. I went a lot of places. I traveled with some friends. What's the name of the one place that we originally were at? When we were on vacation or whatever.
That would have
I'm
been
terrible.
the continent of Kyannia, and you were in the town of Azuria to start.
Azuria, damn it.
Okay. Well, I took off to Azuria for a little while just to enjoy a nice vacation with a friend I met along the way, somewhere in a big city. I met him in Zircon, I believe, but
Hmm.
I enjoyed a nice vacation for a long time. Met some more friends along the way. How do I explain this? Hold on, give me a minute, DM.
You're good.
And from that point on, I really just did a lot of traveling. I grew up in a small town, and I got sick of trying to be tied down. So I took off.
Give
I
me.
guess you could consider me. Sorry.
Nope, go for it.
Nope. I was gonna say, I guess you could consider me a bit of a rule breaker myself.
Whoa.
I'm going to say give me a deception check with advantage. And he will roll insight.
I got a nat 20 plus 1.
Well, unless he gets a nat 20, which he does not. All
Yeah.
right. Yeah, as you say that you're a bit of a rule breaker yourself, you maybe bat your eyelashes a little bit at him. One of those terms that is literary, but nobody knows quite what it means. Um, and okay, rule breaker. It's interesting coming from a mayor's daughter, but I suppose not too rare.
Well, I don't really want to be stuck in that type of business. It's not for me. I don't want to run a town. I don't want to be stuck in one town.
All right. And what are you doing back here then?
Well, I got news, of course, that my father was taken.
Oh, that's
I
right.
might not
That's
want
right.
to take over for him, but I still want to be here for him.
All right. I believe it's your turn now.
Um, I want to suggest that we check on the food and get another round of shots, and this time I'll get one too.
No roll necessary. He is very amenable to that idea.
Cool.
Um, you go up to the bar, you get another round of food, or you get the food and another round of shots. We can keep playing this out, or if you would like to cut to the other group for a second, we can do that as well.
Um, yeah, you can cut to the other group because I'm gonna write down a few more questions I got.
Okay, cool. Cutting back to the other group. Um, you guys are now just sitting, either sipping or shooting, depending on how you choose to approach it, your moonshine, and
Dipping.
just sort of staring at each other.
Seymour understands after that first one. He's like, "Oh, this is gonna be dangerous, so I'm gonna just
Mm-hmm.
take this one easy." I guess at this point, it's probably about the time of day that I'd be. We're all probably a little hungry. I'd be like, "You guys got any food here?"
So we don't have food. We haven't been able to set up the kitchen, and it's just a whole thing. We're trying, but it's the owner is not able to assist with the operation of this location anymore. Um, but it's still like we have the license, and he's still like we're on good terms. That sounded weird. I'm sorry, but like he's it back in Parma running the distillery, so he hasn't been as
All right.
hands on.
That sounds like a no with extra steps.
Correct.
What place offers food?
You could get there's some different like gyros and like street food in the booths outside.
Ooh.
Excuse me, what is a euro? Where is that? What is that?
To the booze.
So it's have you ever had like meat and like bread and vegetables on a skewer?
I have had the meat and bread and vegetables. Why are you curing it? That seems
Just so it's on one implement.
So you impale it.
You mean a sandwich?
Well, a sandwich isn't on an implement.
You're confusing me.
Buck, they cook it over heat by putting it all together on a stick.
Oh, okay. You had to say that.
So it's like they're forging food.
Duh, of course. Yeah. Isn't it illegal for the like places that serve alcohol to not have any kind of food? That seems rather dangerous.
Why would that be illegal?
I don't know because somebody drinks too much and goes crazy and like does
Buck,
things.
even if there were rules about that, you think this place has got them with demons running around right now?
Even demons like pretzels. Where's the
Uh,
pretzel bowl?
Buck just raises the last little bit of his strength and just chugs it.
I don't.
Appreciate the heads up. We may step outside for a little street food here.
Okay.
Looks like these two might need it. I'm sorry to hear about your kitchen having issues, and you're having some issues with the owner and all that, especially with the bad luck that you guys started with. But appreciate your hospitality and the drinks, and we'll see you guys in a bit.
Okay. I hope you guys come back. It was very much appreciated. Wonderful work on the sign. And he goes around and like vigorously handshakes all three of you to the point that it's like, all right, let go of my hand, and then you leave.
Uh, so we said there's like food booths outside. I assume it doesn't take much more than half a block walk for us to good old street meat.
Yeah, and specifically with the like Euro thing, you see someone using Mage Hand to wrap the food in like a gyroscopic pattern around the skewer, which is where the Euro name comes from. And then like pulls it off, and it just sort of like retains this shape. And they like put it in a little like paper bag, and that's kind of how they're preparing it.
So I'd walk and be like, Buck, I'm gonna try this, right?
Duh, of course. I will try anything at once.
Why? Wait.
That's why I didn't even ask you.
What kind of meat is this?
Let's ask him.
I am asking the mage
Yeah.
hand dude.
Yeah. You see this orc just kind of look at you for a second, and
Orcs are cool.
Oh, are they now?
donkey
Better than
meat.
Donkey meat. Nice.
Insight check.
Okay, go for it.
I just want to see if he's fucking with him or not. 12 plus insight's not so hot, so 16 total.
He is fucking with him.
Cool.
In a good way or a bad way?
I
Like, is
suppose
he
that's
lying
for
to you?
you. That's for you to determine. You have been told donkey meat, and you did not roll insight.
Donkey meat. There's an old tale of donkeys being very misbehaved children. Are you serving us children meat?
We'll take 2. Actually, Buck, you probably want 2, don't you?
Duh, I am a growing boy with lots of needs.
We'll take 3 and then figure out if he wants one later.
All right. There you go. That'll be 3 silver.
Hand over 3 silver, no problem.
All right. You take them. Assuming you eat them.
Absolutely.
Tastes great.
Oh.
Just warm. Excuse me. As you bite into it, you can tell that this is just beef. This is just cow meat. Nothing crazy. So, but well seasoned, and the vegetables complement it very well.
I'm gonna like take my second bite, have like some of the Euro sauce on my face, and be like, some damn good donkey. And just keep eating it as I look over at him without one right now.
Wait, do I not have one?
No, I got 2 for Buck and 1 for me.
Fucking
Because you weren't
douchebag.
sure. I said,
Okay.
and we'll see if he wants one. And you're like, I don't know, you feed me kids?
I thought you were saying you were getting like seeing if he wanted a second one because Buck's fat.
I
Okay.
did. That's exactly what I said. I was
I'm,
like, Buck,
you know,
you're going to
I'm
want
getting
2.
I'm getting myself one.
I'll
and
buy it for you. I just wasn't sure if you wanted one.
I would, dude. Donkey's delicious. Let's go. I firmly believe this is donkey, and it's delicious. And I will fucking look at donkeys in a different way the rest of the campaign.
You take a bite, and as you take a bite and say that this is delicious, the orc is just like, you eat ass.
This is
Tyler's
delicious.
been waiting for that one.
That was a great setup for that.
Thank you.
I didn't even see that one coming. That was a great setup.
It goes over Buck. Or it goes over Sledge's head.
Noticing that the orc is significantly disappointed and just no, and goes back to making the rest of the stuff.
I will say that you got a very audible laugh from Seymour out of that one, like a choking on my food moment for the orc, because that was good. And then start making my way walk down. Be like, so guys, let's try to find the next bar. And we probably got to find somewhere. What kind of time of day is it right now? It should be still like evening. right? Or close to?
You guys are probably like late afternoon. So
We
you
probably got
missed
time to just
lunch,
pull up for
but
the night.
yeah, it was like 4-ish.
Euros are
Um,
perfect for a nice like 3 or 4 o'clock snack.
Dude, I can taste it. I can taste it.
Damn, I want euros really bad now.
Delicious.
Right?
DoorDash.
Oh,
Ass tastes delicious.
damn right it does.
All,
I hope
all I
that comes
picture,
back up later on.
all I can picture is the old. Who remembers the old cow and chicken cartoon where they're
Mhm.
eating ass?
Yes.
That's all I think about right now. Is a cartoon sledge eating a like devil ass. Let's
oh
go.
my god. I did not realize what I was creating.
um, how long has since Bobby Joe has gone on her date?
Um, I think you both have kind of killed maybe a half hour in time, maybe 45
Oh,
minutes.
okay. So not any like extended length of time. Okay.
Mm-mm.
Nothing to be
Buck is
concerned
still
about.
like no. Buck is still like feeling a vibe and just chilling, but is beginning to like okay, maybe we need to kind of focus up, kind of
Yeah.
deal.
Let's
Um,
maybe figure out some lodging. Buck, what do you think of that?
Yeah, I think that is good. We also have a message in a bottle to read. Um,
Definitely don't want to do that. As I like look around everywhere.
no, I am not suggesting that. Sledge, let's go.
Uh, purveyor of fine donkey. Wouldn't happen to be a inn anywhere around that we might be able to stay at. That's hopefully demonless and maybe not too overran by the gang.
demonless. Uh, are,
Or
are there,
devilless.
there beings with demons in town? Should I know about that?
I just want to make sure none of them are consistently getting hit. You know what I mean? Like, hey, this is on the edge of town where the demons always run
Oh,
through.
right, okay. No, you could go to they put a little panache on it, but it's the locale corral for a place to stay.
Oh crap! All
Uh,
right, appreciate it.
mhm.
We'll head on over. Thanks for the advice.
Yep, and it gives you directions. It's kind of triangulates with where you guys are, and even though you don't know where Bobby Joe is, it will be kind of close to that area as well. One
As
other.
we start to move, I want to do one thing before I didn't mean to cut you off again.
No, you're good. Why don't you go ahead and do your one thing?
I wanted to reach out on the sending stone to Desto, and we've established that it doesn't go off until you go to hear it. But I
Yeah.
just tell him like, "Hey, we're updating our place. We're probably gonna head to the locale corral and see if we can get a room to stay. Meet us there."
All right.
That's my voice message, and I'll leave him be.
Cool. Yeah. Desto, you get like a buzzing in your pocket, and see that you've got a voice message that you can listen to at some point.
Okay. I'll go ahead and listen to it while I'm up there.
Still attempting to hide yourself.
Yes.
Okay, roll a stealth check.
Running out of time.
Ballsy. That's why I said I was leaving a message. Oh man.
25.
Let's
All right, you
go.
kind of like maneuver your robe, uh, and muffle the speaker as you are listening to the message, so that you can just barely hear it over the like quiet chair scraping and like clinking of forks against plates, but are able to muffle it so that it's not heard by others. One other thing that I will make note of, just as not trying to force you into anything, but do think that it is worth pointing out that you guys the three of you have spent about an hour together, we'll say, and outside of toasting and buying each other drinks and food, um, it seems as though conversation's been a little stagnant. I think that is a fair, neutral observation to throw out there, but not trying to force you guys to do anything. So as you all walk wordlessly towards the locale corral, then we will cut back to Bobby Joe and Desto in the rafters.
I just took a bite. I'm sorry.
No, you're good. I'm so sorry.
I mean, that's probably accurate for you having your food. You're just in
Fair
character.
point. We have to take a shot though.
Oh. All right, let's
I've been
fucking
drinking
go.
moonshine. I don't know about that then.
Do a shot.
Oh no. I got 6.
Okay. Bobby Joe, as you take this shot, your body stiffens and seizes. Can you roll a d20 for me? Okay. Yeah, you stiffen up, and Fang notices that and is like, "Oh, man, that's a shame. I thought we were finally starting to get somewhere, but I guess you can't hold your own after all."
What a bitch. I hate him.
Well, I guess I'll leave you to it, and thank you for the food and the drink, and good luck with everything. Yeah, I guess that's it. And he will grab your like stiffened wrist and just plant like a small peck on the back of your hand and walk away.
So do I have like no movement whatsoever?
None whatsoever.
He didn't ask for consent. Kill him.
This is like the orc bridge all over
Damn
again.
it, I'm so sad I rolled 2 because I was hoping that it would just get more interesting.
I won't lie. I thought Bo was gonna be a douchebag, but I kind of respect him right there.
This
so
isn't
like,
Bo. This is
That's not
Fang.
Bo.
or I keep thinking Fang is Bo. I don't know why. Fang, Fang, shut up, Seymour. But
So he just gave her a kiss on the back of her hand, right? He didn't take anything.
No, doesn't appear so.
Okay. I'll say I was just watching to make sure he didn't try to steal anything.
Yeah. No, you just kind of got up and left, and I think just kind of called it for I got free food out of it, and I'm heading out.
And then after I would say after he heads out, I'll jump down there and drop invisibility, and I'll start trying to help her out.
Okay. Um,
We should have potions of healing. Would that do
I
anything?
have a potion of healing, but I don't think that would do anything.
Oh.
Probably
you're
not.
perfectly healthy. You are just locked up. But Desto, you kind of know where they're heading now. So I guess make an athletics check in order to try and like lift Bobby Joe out of this booth.
Oh, all right. not bad. 17.
Okay. Yeah. I think with the kind of sometimes the hardest part of lifting is just like the flopping and like the weight kind of not staying in one place. Um, that is not an issue here. So you are able to kind of scooch Bobby Joe out to the end of the booth and lift her and kind of it's awkward. You're kind of like hugging her unless you would like to describe it differently. How you're carrying her, it's like you're able to do it, but it's not easy. It's like lifting a very heavy box.
Is is there a bartender around?
Yeah, there's one behind the bar.
Can I just want to look to him like, how long does this last?
Depends on the person.
Do you have anything to help with it?
Nope. Everyone drinks it at their own risk.
Um, I'm gonna pull out some gold like from my pouch. Like, what if I persuaded you?
Roll a persuasion check. How much gold are you pulling out?
I'll say 50 gold.
50 gold? Okay.
Yep. 16.
He wordlessly reaches underneath the bar and tosses you a bottle.
All right, I'll toss him the 50 gold, and I'm gonna just lay Bobby Joe on the ground and feed her the bottle.
All right. Yeah, you take this potion, and the effects of paralysis wear off. And Bobby Joe, you're fine now.
Dang again.
Uh
Okay.
huh. It takes a moment for you to like. The paralysis has worked its way up to the neck, so you are like coughing a little bit and trying to swallow the all of the potion for a second, and then Desto like helps you sit up on your own accord.
And before she even talks, I'm just gonna say like, before you say anything, yes, I was here. I'm not gonna let you go by yourself. What do I look like, an idiot?
I'm just gonna kind of smirk and say, no, I appreciate you, Desto. I clearly did not know what I was getting myself into. Um, the guys that were with him, are they still in the same saloon?
No, the
The
guys that
ones that
were
he
with him.
shoved out of the booth.
Oh, I gotcha. Yeah, they're still there. They had kind of
Okay.
reclaimed. They had claimed a different table and are getting as drunk as they can without disturbing the bar.
Can
I'm
they
gonna
hear me?
tell Bobby Joe. I'm just gonna be like, the other guys are at a found a inn for us to stay at that we can go to now if you want.
Is it late already? Considering.
It's like 4:30.
Okay. Um, can his like dudes that are there hear me, or are they just too drunk? It doesn't matter.
If you get their attention, they will hear you, but they are not actively listening to you right now.
Cool. I'm just gonna tell Desto I thought I had a plan in my head, but it's very clear that I have no game whatsoever, and it did not work. And I got no more information than I previously did. But if you want to go meet everybody at the inn, we might as well go.
Well, in your defense, you did get paralyzed, which I kind of knew was gonna happen, but kind of wanted to see it happen to be honest. So
What a friend.
I was making sure nothing was gonna happen to you though, but it was a lesson learned.
Well, I suppose we'll get our way on over to the inn to meet everybody else.
I'm gonna look over to those guys that are at the booth
Mm-hmm.
and then look at Bobby Joe and like, maybe we could do Maybe we could pull one off for old times. What do you think?
Oh, yeah, I'm down.
Let's go.
All right. So what's
What do
I'm
you
happening?
got in
gonna
mind?
I'm gonna just kind of walk around to the other side of the bar, like behind where these guys are sitting. I don't know what the layout is, and I'm
Um.
just gonna I'm gonna look at her like your move.
Well, the whole ruse was that I did trick shots, and he would pickpocket. So I'm gonna have to try to get their attention.
Okay. I think it
A
is
bunch of
fair.
paralyzed guys.
They are not paralyzed. They are just drunk.
Okay.
They have managed to save their con saves. I will say that I have made mention of it enough that I feel like it's fair to point out that this is a fairly quiet bar. It seems like, despite the rough and tumble crowd that's in here, that there is some sense of order established. For what reason, you don't know. Um, you can attempt to do that. Just know that this is the environment they're attempting that in. That is not me discouraging you. That is just me giving all the facts because I feel like I underdescribe things sometimes. So,
Hold on 1 second.
I was gonna say we might want to come up with like a good trick shot that's not gonna piss off the bartender.
See if there was like a dart trick shot to do there, Bobby Joe.
I was thinking about putting a bottle on somebody's head, but on the off chance that I also rolled shitty on that, that could also make things very bad.
That's a risk Sledge is willing to take.
Okay. I'm going to. Uh, I'm assuming there's probably like a bar napkin or something on the bar.
yeah, you are you talking just like those little square napkins?
Yeah.
Yeah, there's all over the place.
Damn. Never mind. I was gonna try to do something, but I
What should
just
they be
realized it's
in
not
rare?
feasible. No. Um. Okay. I'm just gonna. I'm gonna take a look around the bar and kind of see the scene, and I'm gonna go to her like. Maybe it's better if we do it out in the street. Maybe for another time.
I'm gonna take a look around the bar as well and say that's probably a fair judgment. We'd probably get ourselves in some trouble, and considering I can't handle my liquor, that's probably for the best.
I'm gonna look at Bobby Jones like you can handle your liquor better than anyone in this bar.
I'll just nudge him and give him the fake little weird wink.
And while we're like walking around, I want to look for something, but I want to look for something like very specific. I want to see if there's anything from this Bo Nopera guy, like any notices or anything that maybe he's signed that are in the bar or around. I want to
Um,
find his signature.
you want to find his signature.
If there's
Um,
like anything, because he's pretty much running the town now, correct?
correct.
I
Give
know that's like a
me.
very specific ask, but
No, I like it. I like specificity. Um, let's roll a d20, and on a 15 or higher, there's something here.
can I use a luck point on it?
You may not.
Okay. I rolled a 10, so there's nothing.
Nothing here. Sorry, bud.
No worries. I'll keep looking around town.
All right. And so you head back to the locale corral to meet up with the party.
Yeah, I'd say we do that.
Okay. Um, cool. So you guys meet up. Not to cut anything off. If there are conversations that you would like to have, that's great. But for the sake of time, if there is nothing that you guys want to do, we can also just sort of fast forward a little bit. So where do we think we're at?
I would at least like the group to be back at the lodge, like they meet us there,
Mm-hmm.
because I at least want to start talking game plan for what our goal is next. Like we showed up here to get here early for a reason.
Yeah.
To go
Okay.
meet El Pollo
So
Biscuit or whatever, El
you
Pollo Tropical.
you guys meet up at the locale corral. The party is all together, and any conversations you would like to have, feel free to have in character.
Cool. I assume as like most tavern inn kind of things have like a, I don't know, I picture definitely Wild West hour. It's like, all right, here's the downstairs where the bar is, and then upstairs is like the rooms and all that. That we're
Um,
just gonna,
yeah,
and that we'd just kind of be sitting at a table waiting for them to show up.
yeah, that sounds accurate to the uh, depiction. I would say this is more of like oh, what is it? The like roadside motels, the like old Route 66 motels. So it's like one kind of main building and then just like a bunch of little pods surrounding it
Mm,
in like a square pattern, with fences in between each. So there's like a corral common space, common like outdoor space, uh, on its way to the main building. So you could be sitting at like an outdoor table in that corral
perfect.
space.
We'd kind of just look up and be like, "Oh, hey, look who's back! How was the date over there, Bobby Joe?"
I'm gonna interject and like, she got paralyzed. Her date walked out on her. I saved her.
I'm
There's okay. It's a lot to unpack in a moment. She's okay.
I'm waiting for somebody to say psych.
Uh, did he
No
like
psych. This really happened.
purposefully paralyze her and like leave her for dead?
no,
So
I'm fine.
popular
I just
drink at
did
the
not
bar.
have enough to eat today, and I'm
It's a
gonna kind of like
popular drink
roll
at the
it.
bar.
Okay, so it's like a thing to do. And actually, there's some pretty good street meat down the road here. If you're getting hungry. But yeah, so I figured we'd end up here, have to kind of get some rooms for the night and all that. But the note you got, we got here before the meeting. Um, the guy we're meeting up with, your neighbor. Do we know where he is, or do we have any information?
If I remember correctly, I don't think we really got very much information, did we?
You have the note that you were given. That is the information that you got.
I know who we were looking for because I wrote that down, but I don't remember getting a time or a place. I remember lots of stops because that's how he was actually speaking.
Mm-hmm. I remember that too. Uh,
She.
Biscuit El Polo.
Biscuit el pollo.
El Pollo. Whatever. Yeah, I got no information on where we were supposed to meet him
it was
or.
Biscuit a he or a she, by the way?
Biscuit
We
is a
don't
she.
know. Oh,
It's a
Biscuit's a
she.
she.
I remember I heard you say that, Tyler, and I was like, oh, okay. So it's a she. I would actually, just on a whim, go up and talk to the locale corral and be like, you guys wouldn't happen to have somebody staying here under the name Biscuit de Pollo or something like that, would you?
I am going to roll a luck check with my possum dice. If it is a 17 or higher, they are staying here.
Oh my gosh. Fair?
Oh my god.
A 6.
Okay.
Uh,
You never know.
no one's staying here with that name.
Is there anywhere else in town that like would be another inn that somebody might be staying at? It's a friend of a friend. We're just trying to meet up with them, but we didn't really, work out the details.
Um, there's the Boot and Spur Inn. There's the um, Dusty Trail. There's the um, Lehman's Take a Load Off. There's a lot of inns in town.
You'll see like a very defeated, like, fuck. All right. Well, appreciate the heads up. We'll
And those are
we'll
just
see
the
what we
ones
can
that are
figure out.
actually inns and not just people letting their friends crash at places.
Naturally. Well, thanks. And I'll kind of step back outside and, well, good news is plenty of places for Biscuit to stay in town. Bad news is I don't know how we're tracking her down. Um,
Question: do I still have the note?
Yeah, you still have the note.
Can I pull it out? Can we like
Mm-hmm.
try to get any type of clues from it?
Yeah. Would you like me to reread it to you?
Sure.
Alright, let me pull it up in my notes as well.
AJ, don't look so miserable.
I'm focused. There's a difference.
Not too far.
Focus.
Alright. Bobby Joe, stop. Glad you are safe. Stop. Things at home are bad. Stop. Your daddy has been captured. Stop. Being held at lair of the mountebank. Stop. But we are planning rescue. Stop. Just need to talk to Bo. Stop. Meeting in a week. Stop. Hope we will have good news. Stop. Send Biscuit El Palo.
Hello. Yeah, so we have no information on where she's at. I didn't think so. Is there a return address on said letter?
The return address is the town or the village of Parma. I believe that's what you had.
Well, folks, it seems like we just need to figure out where Bo is, and hopefully, I haven't ruined our chances with my very terrible date attempt.
okay. Well, that at least gives us a plan. So tomorrow is the 1 week when she's supposed to be meeting with Bo.
Correct.
We don't know when or where, but we can get a nice early start in the morning. Find out where Bo is usually at for business work, and then we hang out locally until we see her and try to catch her a little before she goes into the meeting and see if we can slide in there with her, considering it's your dad. I
That sounds like
I, I
a good
really
idea.
don't have much else for an idea.
I feel like we should just get very drunk in our hotel rooms and then wake up and get a very nice breakfast.
Um,
Halfway there. Let's go.
DM, I have a question. I have a question.
Yeah.
Um, does Bobby Joe know enough? Or maybe just knowing the name in order to in the morning, if I was able to um change around my spells and use a fourth level spell slot for locate creature, would I be able to know where Bo is?
Um, I'm going to initially say probably not, but let me look up the words or the verbiage of locate creature.
I will say while you're looking, I'll just read it if that's okay.
No, yeah, go for it.
Okay. Describe or name a creature that is. Uh, this is where it says that it is familiar to you. You sense the direction to the creature's location as long as it is within 1,000 feet.
Bobby Joe could not do that for Bo, but Bobby Joe could do that for Biscuit
Or Fang.
or Fang.
Either or, would that work?
That would
Because I,
work.
if so, that would be a possibility of what we could do in the morning.
Correct.
And I bring that up to the group if possible.
I mean, technically, you saw Fang today, so yeah, that kind of tracks. You might be able to figure out. As long as we get an idea, 1,000 feet narrows us down. Bobby Joe, I don't know if we asked you this, but do you know why your dad might be taken? Like, you said you're from a small town. Is there a reason why he'd get grabbed?
I have no idea. And I was
No?
given no information really as to why.
He didn't have any enemies, and is he like a Orton or something, or is he just wrong place, wrong time?
Well, my dad's kind of the mayor, which might be helpful to know.
You see this very just like, well, that changes things kind of look on it. Oh, so not only are you from a small town, you're the daughter of the mayor from a small town, which I assume means that if there were somebody to kidnap from the town that would have influence, that makes sense and a little bit more now. And nothing's been happening in town that before you left, like, I don't know, somebody trying to take the land, or there was no demons running around, or
There's
price of
definitely
corn
no
going up.
voodoo. Bold of you to assume that we could even grow corn.
I mean, I thought I knew all the information until I just found out he was the mayor 10 seconds ago, so bold of you to assume there's information I shouldn't know.
It never came up. No, I mean, the only trouble we really ever had was with Bo, and even that was minor for the most part. They were just, a bit of a gang, but it appears now that he's a lot bigger than he was before, and now apparently he's our only hope for help. So I have no idea what's been going on since I left, and none of this was ever mentioned in my dad's letters.
I've got a real tinfoil hat conspiracy theory on this, but the long and short of it being, I know Bo's supposed to be able to help us, but I get this weird feeling that if he was part of the problems with your dad earlier, there's a chance he might be part of the reason why your dad's gone. I don't know. It just seems conveniently timed.
I do know when I was sober and I was having my conversations with Fang, they don't really even know where the demons came from. So I don't feel like most of those men know what's going on either.
I'm I'm taking a guess in the dark, but I think that the demon thing, kind of like what happened to us when we were down south, was they just showed up out of the portal from what it sounds like, and it just seemed to be a lot worse here than it was there.
I don't know. Fang was talking about them going back and hiding in some type of cave, wherever they came from. He didn't necessarily specify that they came from the portal.
Hmm. Fair enough. We really need to get answers about this Montebank group, because I think that depending on what assistance Bo can give us, this might be something that we're gonna have to take into our own hands.
Now, had I been able to handle my liquor and do some more talking, I might have been able to pull off some more answers, but things did not go according to plan.
They almost never do. So don't beat yourself up over that.
I could just, if we could find out his like general location, I could just go scout him, see what I can find out. Might be worth a shot.
Maybe we do some, instead of spending the night getting drunk in the room, we go out tonight, search around a bit, ask some questions to the local patrons of maybe a few bars, and see if we can't get some more information on where Bo normally is at, what the people think his gang, and if anybody knows anything about the Montebank.
We also have a bottle and a note to potentially use that could give some information one way or another.
That's a good point. Desto, Bobby Joe, you guys might not have heard about this. The guy that was leading the demons, Buck and him, I guess, had a conversation well enough that Buck doesn't think he's a bad guy. And they're trying to bring down Bo's group. Maybe after we talk with Bo, if we don't like what we're hearing, filter some information that way to help him out. Play both sides, try to figure out what helps us the best. Seems to be the motto of everybody in town. What's helping me right now?
If it helps, he was also very persuasive, very flattering.
You just see like Seymour look at Buck and just be like,
Buck again does the Bambi flower thing of just
Can I be honest with y'all?
I'd hope so.
I don't feel like anybody's bad in this situation. I don't think Fang's bad either. I think he got caught up at the wrong place at the wrong time. And people were making choices just purely off of survival.
Can't blame anybody for that. As long as you're not hurting other people to get up with it, then it's at least forgivable. Usually.
Well, I guess we'll have to find out about that.
So what do you guys think? We scout tonight. We prep for tomorrow. Maybe read that note tonight. And see what we can find out about the Montebank and Bobby Joe's father.
Did Bobby Joe end up using that locate creature or whatever on anybody?
So Sledge has to prepare that for tomorrow. He
It
doesn't
would be
have
for
that
the
active.
It would be for tomorrow morning, and if we find out enough information, then I wouldn't waste a fourth level spot.
Which is exactly what I'm trying to prevent.
So exactly.
Gotcha.
So that's just a fail safe. So basically, if we fail, leading up to our long rest, that'll be the failsafe.
Good backup, or at least a shot at it.
I've been to Zircon before, correct?
Yeah, you spent a good amount of time here.
I just wanted to
Zircon.
make sure. Would I have like a good idea of if there's like a thieves hideout around here, like anything
Not
of
to
that sorts?
be. The answer to that question is basically the entire town is a thieves' hideout for different people. There is, I would say, pretty much a 1-to-1 ratio of people just trying to get by to people that are using the lawlessness of this place to try and push themselves ahead. But with that many mouths at the trough, it's kind of difficult for any of them to find purchase.
Is there a place that I know we could go to that we could get information?
Um, Give me. No, I would say, yeah, you remember back from your days with Captain Chomp and the gang. Um, there were a few dock hands that sort of took pity on you, and you had become, let's say, acquaintances, not friends, but acquaintances with. So um, you could try down at the docks and ask questions.
I'm gonna just look at Seymour and like I know the docks around here. There's probably some people that if we weighted their pockets a little bit, could probably get some information.
I mean,
Might be a good place to start.
that's as good of a starting point as anybody's got here. And like I said, talk to some of the locals, get a feel for some of this. Anybody who knows anything, and well, gold is worth its weight in gold. Obviously, knowledge is
We,
worth
we
more than
could
that.
also we could also run into trouble down there, um, just because and being anywhere here at night is not particularly safe, but it's a risk we gotta take if we want to get information.
I mean, logical enough. Let's say we take some time here. We've got rooms that we can check into, and then drop some stuff, rest for a little, and head out. Nudge,
Yeah.
nudge, short rest, maybe? Question mark
Sure.
at 4 p.m.
Yeah. Bobby Joe, can I have you roll a d20 for me?
Am I gonna pass out?
I don't know. About to find out.
Fuck you!
16.
Okay. I believe that. Yeah, I believe it's on your person. Um, you hear
Send me text. What's going on?
a cracking sound.
Oh shit!
Oh, fuck no.
Bro, what a terrible time for such a great
Oh
thing.
fuck no!
God.
And with that, we will end tonight's session.